But then at my place, I would have to try to have, because me and the school teacher messed around for a little while. She was a nice girl. She was older, so let me stop saying girl like that. But anyway, she was nice.
There it is again. There it is. It even works on the man's side. Nice, good. It's a wrap. Continue though.
So wait, she didn't want to go. She didn't want to go nowhere. Like, oh, she don't want to drink and this and that. Did you ever plan a date around her interests?
Well, her interest was typical. She was a homebody, and there's nothing wrong.
I didn't ask you that. I said, did you ever plan one date around her interest? Just one date. Yes, she's a homebody or whatever. You could still plan a date for a homebody and a non-drinker.
So what we would do is she liked to cook. God bless her. And
that was a yes or no question. That was a yes or no question. That was a yes or no question. You are deflecting and you are mansplaining. Like it was a yes or no question, not a multiple choice question. It was
yes.
You planned You planned a date based on her interest.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Nothing else right now. Hold on. We didn't ask that part. Yes. I have to mediate your conversation. Mary,
thank you.
Do you have a follow-up question for that?
Yes. Now, if you planned a date for that, and do you have to drink? Because, like, I'm like that. So no shade, Trav. I drink every day. Y'all know that. My drunk ass was drunk and fucked up a simple question the other day, right, Nick?
Yeah.
So,
in the car, drunk in the car, fucking up questions.
Yeah. But I don't get drunk every day, but I do drink every day. But I'm just saying, if someone's not like that, and it sounds like what you were saying earlier, is like you couldn't fuck with her because she didn't want to hang out and drink and all that. So I was just curious if you planned any dates around her interests. And you could be a homebody. My dude a homebody. Here, knocked out right now. But he's a homebody, but I still do things that he likes to do.
Yeah. So again, when me and this chick was dating, I would go to her place and we would watch. She used to like The Walking Dead. She loved that shit when The Walking Dead was popping. So she put me on The Walking Dead. I like The Walking Dead up until or season 6 or 8 or some shit. But that was her go-to, like either Walking Dead, chilling while working on a scrapbook, or she would cook and then read a book, and that's cool. But I was more, especially at that time, because I'm in my 20s at the time, while she was in her 30s, and I was just more so in Kansas City, more involved with what was going on socially in the city. So but again, good woman. I liked her. It was just a social disconnect, in my opinion.
Who ended it?
So it was kind of she hit me with the tough conversation. So she was just like, so
if you don't get on this nigga the way you get on us, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna cancel all 8 of my fucking subscriptions. You be getting on us when we don't answer the goddamn question.
Because I'm letting Penelope. She clearly, y'all all yelling at this nigga. I just think this shit's hilarious. I know he's a deflector. I don't know why. I don't even know why.
I know, but I need you to fucking tap in and get on his ass the way you getting our ass.
Don't worry, I got you, Travis.
She's go ahead, Penelope. Because this is her. She's auditioning because she wants to do the show for me in another city. So go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm a high as fuck, but okay. But look. Travis, the question was not, and again, I just need a simple time. Okay, not time, person. Who cut it off? I'm going to give you the answers to choose from, okay? You or her?
If you start this fucking sentence with so
she was born in October.
I'm gonna end this live, nigga, because it's late.
If he end this live, I promise you I'm on a plane in 3 hours.
And then the next time y'all gonna see Travis, it's gonna be me sitting across.
I'm gonna say her. her. Short answer,
The
her.
table went on. Like,
Short answer, she ended it. Do I get to elaborate on
No.
her conversation? Okay.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair because I would definitely. You have to allow the person to talk themselves into their own brain.
But before he elaborates, I need to make sure that Mary does not have any other question that was based off of that before he elaborates.
Y'all stupid.
Because we can come back to that. We can circle back to all of that because I'm sure everyone has questions. Because I want to know why the fuck it lasted so long if you knew that she wasn't it for her to break it off. But that ain't none of my business right now. So Mary, continue.
Yeah, and I was thinking the same shit, but that's the whole fucking point. Like I asked you a yes or no question to lead up to something else, but this time it ain't leading up to nothing else. So, and she's high as fuck, and I'm drunk as fuck, and she can keep on with the train of the fucking questions. But this nigga is so. But I
just want to point out that Trav, like you as a guy, right? I think that it's kind of ridiculous that a woman who prefers to chill, prefers to be out of the mix, prefers to be in the crib, prefers to cook, prefers to read and educate herself, like these are all cons for you. Like most niggas, no, I'm being serious. It sounds hilarious because it's ridiculous, but most niggas, like, if you hear about like most niggas who are in our age group who complain about the things that women do that they don't like that makes it harder for them to find women, it's the things that you want women to do. Is like go out, be mixy, fucking get drunk, and then lose most capable. Like, cause you know when you get fucked up and you're in the mix, the potential for you to do things that would disrespect your man are higher. Like, what about that? Do you not understand? Like you know what I'm saying? Because if you in the crib, it's like, yo, if you in the crib, if your lady is in the crib with you, y'all chilling, y'all could drink in the crib, you could eat in the crib, you could be social in the crib with your fucking lady, and then you gonna fuck in the crib.
But Jay Jax,
you got
am I the
everything,
one that likes
the one comedian? You got every. Oh, we got ketchup at the house. We got fries at the house. What's up?
Am I the one that likes to be in the crib? When we go out, do I like to be, when we out of town, do I like to be in the crib?
But what's the point of, but all right, so correct me if I'm wrong, right? Like, what's the point of going out and being social if you gonna come home and be alone? Ain't the point of going out and being social is so that you could hopefully get to the point where you can find somebody who will be social with you inside your house. And I'm not even talking about fucking, right? Because it's been times where in all of my travels, right? It's been times where people have been at the Airbnb and I didn't smash, but that's a way better time than, to me, that's a way better time than me going out somewhere and not meeting nobody, or me going out somewhere and meeting somebody and they decide to not come back and chill at the house, or me just being in the house by myself with nobody. Like, the whole point to me, go ahead.
Difference is when you're out of town and you're traveling, you're in whatever particular city for a finite period of time. Mm-hmm. So, and for you, no diss, but you don't like to go out, and that's cool. So how you move is to where you like to go whatever fire restaurant, they got some fire pasta, more than likely. And then let's get the fire pasta to go.
Get two dishes. You right. Y'all know me.
You got to get a sandwich and a pasta to go wherever we go. That's how you move. So wherever we're at in whatever city, you got to get a pasta and a sandwich to go so you can have it at the crib. And then you can have whatever company to entertain to be social with at the crib. Right. That's cool because that's your go-to as a win, woman involved or not. Mm-hmm. So if there's no woman involved, Jay Jackson say, you know what? Oh, this spot got some fire ass pasta and a fire ass sandwich. Let me get this to go. And if there's no woman involved, you're gonna enjoy your pasta and sandwich at the crib solo. If there's no woman involved,
Right.
Cool. You on the laptop. That's how you move. I move differently.
Oh, you still there, my nigga?
I get a phone call. Oh shit. Okay.
This nigga got the old man technology response. This
So,
nigga
yeah.
on the line. What the fuck is that? Nigga got all these goddamn buttons, nigga. These motherfucking buttons on here.
So if I'm out of town, no woman involved, I'm gonna be out enjoying the town. Because that's how I move. So if I'm out being social, enjoying the town with no woman involved, and I go out and I meet whoever, the toss-up is if I meet somebody who I find intriguing while I'm out in the town and they want to come back, that's the added bonus. But that's not, quote unquote, the 100% go-to. So I say all that to say, as I'm dating a woman, and this is the difference because I was living in KC at the time I was dating a woman, the school teacher, and everybody was a fan of the school teacher except me. But while I'm in a city and I'm living there, so
all of your friends with their heads screwed on right were a fan of this woman, and the only nigga who was fucking this woman was the one who wasn't a fan of the woman. Go ahead.
know me, the homie me, who's a teacher. The homie me, he came to KC to chill for a weekend. I introduced, because she was cool people, and I thought she might have been special. So I introduced her to the homie. He was like, "Oh yeah, she cool. And she's a teacher. I'm a teacher. I understand her mindset. Woo woo woo." But wait a minute, you ain't fucking with her for real, Trav? I said, "No, because she's not that outgoing. She just likes to sit in the house.
She like to do teacher shit."
That's exactly what I said.
You're crazy.
She wants to lay up in just a big t-shirt, or she did it once in my button up and want to grade papers. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not my go-to every weekend when I'm off work.
Did that end up being me's wife or like?
No, he was just a fan because me was always biased towards teachers.
Oh, I'm like, was he asking you because he was like, nigga, if you ain't gonna act right, I'm gonna scoop her up. Like I ain't know where this was going.
Me's is always like, because the homie Me's who live in Houston, he's a teacher, and so he's always like, bro, teachers are the best. Believe it or not, they just as big as freaks, and they like to just grade papers after fucking type of shit. But that's what he likes because he's a teacher and he grade papers type of shit. So he was trying to like sell, like, hey, bro, this is a win for you because this is a teacher. I think she was 4 years older than me at the time. So I was 28, she was 32-ish, if I'm not mistaken. So the point I'm trying to make is that while I'm living in Kansas City and I'm living downtown, I like to enjoy downtown. So I'm out at this cigar lounge, or I'm at this live music set, or I'm at this after spot. But she's like, how some women are, I ain't gonna say most, but some women hit you with the, I don't like a lot of people. I don't like being around a lot of people. Woo, woo, woo. So I just like being at home to myself in peace. And that's cool, but that's gonna create the social disconnect. Because if you're dating somebody who likes to be around people, who likes to indulge strangers, where, hey, I'm out and about, and, oh, hey, what's up? How you living? I'm Travis. Oh, it's your homie's birthday? Hey, let me get a round of shots for the homie.
Nigga, you crashing birthday parties? What?
I like to indulge in festivities. So if I'm out and about and we're having a social conversation, I say, hey, what brings you out tonight? And you say, hey, it's my homie's birthday, so we just out kicking it. Oh, hey, bartender, round of shots just for the birthday festivities. And then we go from there. So that's how I move socially out of town, to where, to Jay Jackson's point, if I'm out of town and that's how I socialize, me coming home with a woman would be an added bonus, but it's not the necessity.
I have a response, but Penelope, go ahead.
I want to let your response go, but I have a strong feeling that when you respond, it's going to go into another 10 minutes of mansplaining where he has to respond to your response.
All right. Well, the only thing that I was going to say is again, from a man splaining, from a man's perspective, like all of the like I don't even disagree with you being social, like that's your shit. Like that's what's fun for you, that's your shit. Just like how you said, me going to a restaurant, getting some good food, and then coming back to the crib in the air conditioning and chilling is my shit. I don't even that's not it's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is, in terms of the way that you were talking about interacting with this particular girl, like she was more than just like a bitch you met at the fucking spot. She was somebody that you were dating, right? So the way that I'm trying to look at something, if I'm dating somebody and I'm feeling somebody, why would I? You just mentioned certain reasons. You said when you out, you're social, you in the mix, you're meeting different people, and you find, because all of those things are included, like you find out that you like different people. Why would you want that to be one of the top tier things on the woman that you're dating? That don't make sense. Like that's like hustling backwards. If you a nigga who looking to be in a relationship, which, correct me if I'm wrong, that's you. So why, like, it's almost like you like, yeah, I'm looking for a bitch who would probably cheat on me. Like, yeah, like that's what, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying though, because like you nigga, women,
So
niggas, alcohol, club, music, ass shaking, dancing, like that's a recipe for disaster when you talking about a woman that you want to fuck with for real.
so here's the thing, right? Because there's two things. And to piggyback off what you said, when you're dating responsibly or whatever, like usually you go out there and you do that, you find what you like, and then
Nigga, can you get your fucking dick out the screen, my nigga? Like, come on, bro.
I had to tap the codes. I'm tapping the codes.
that couldn't wait.
My bad. I apologize.
He's in.
I had to tap
Now
the
because
codes.
your codes couldn't wait, I have. That's very disrespectful.
No disrespect. My apologies, Penelope.
And now you're talking, and that just pissing me off. So the goal is, when you're dating, right? You go out, you meet all these people, and then you find that one person, right? And you're not going to be able to do everything with this one person or whatever. But if you have what you want, why the fuck do you still want to go out and trick off and buy birthday rounds with the festivities or something like that? Like, wouldn't you become the nigga with the fucking open toe sandals grilling and y'all just having people over at the house or some shit? Like, doesn't the festivities move into the home that you and her have? Like, I mean, that's what I would think. Two, so you mentioned that there can be a social disconnect, right? Because you like to go out and she likes to stay in. That goes back to what Mary was saying. I was like, well, did you do dates and do things that she liked? Like, you want all of this from her, but are you really doing what she likes to try to incorporate? Because it's one thing, it's like you're doing these things and you're doing things with her and not pretending to enjoy it so you can get pussy, how I very do believe that is a thing for you, that you're actually enjoying it and having an open mind about it and doing these things, because then that closes that social gap. I've dated a person who loved to fucking go out. I did all of that shit already. I dated club promoters, was all out in this, that, and other. I was okay with being in a house. I would do it with him from time to time, but a lot of times why I wouldn't do it is because the nigga didn't know how to fucking go home. And the nigga wants to be in the middle of shit and doing blah, blah, blah. Like, why you gotta do all that? We got somebody at home. Three, you knew, you knew, you say she was around for a while. So I'm gonna say that that's anywhere between 3 to 6 months. You knew that shit wasn't the bitch for you. And you knew that she wasn't doing the shit that you wanted. So why the fuck did you not leave her until she called it off?
Selfish reasons, because at that time we had the adult conversation. We had the adult.
Sure.
We had the adult conversation.
Let's keep your essay answer to 250 word minimum.
Yeah.
250 words. So she knew in the beginning that I wasn't looking for anything exclusive, meaning that I'm out dating. If we're going to do something moving forward, it's going to be casual. Eventually, she caught feelings. And that's why, to go full circle, she had ended it. Hey, I'm feeling more than what we just doing. Do you see more with us moving forward? And we had that adult conversation. She saw more than what I saw, and that's where it ended. And it was a simple, it wasn't on no ignorant shit. It was just on some, well, is there a reason you don't see me in a more romantic fashion? I answered that accordingly, and then we went from there, and then it just ended up separating from there, and then we just ended up being cordial.
Travis, you people that you don't want to be with you and you just having sex with them casually, you still go out on full extreme dates, like with people that you're not exclusive with, like you just for casual purposes?
Sure, we went out to dinner, and I would say, hey, there's the Iris Fest going on downtown, down the street. Or what else did we go to?
For casual sex?
Well, yeah.
I feel like a lot of that could have been avoided if it was really casual. You don't really date people that you're having that you just wanted to be casual, Travis.
But I like to go out. So if it's someone who I'm
you
casually
can go out
with,
and then fuck her afterwards. She don't have to go out with you. That's casual, right?
But I mean, so I'll say this. You have those levels. You have those that are just, whatever, 1 a.m. WYD text. Hey, you want to come over types where we don't go out in public at all. And then you have those who you might get down with, but yet, you know what? I enjoy your company enough to where we can go to a show, a comedy show, or a movie, or an open mic event, or whatever that might be going on, an Irish festival, or a wine tasting, because maybe you like wine and I like wine. But
you like to do all of these things. Like you're saying all this shit. You literally talk in rhombuses. Nigga, you said that you like to do all of that shit and you enjoy a person's company. Then yeah, you'll go out because you like to do shit and it's casual. She ain't like to do none of that shit. And you saying that she broke it off because she caught feelings. How many fucking dates did you take this bitch on?
I don't know. We was messing around for a good year.
Oh, Travis, you fucking stupid. We move on.
How she catch feelings if you guys are doing all the things that she don't like? How she catch feelings if you're doing all the things that she don't like?
Because what I think happened, I don't know, because I don't want to speak for her, but what I think had happened was she was like, okay, he's trying to get this going out shit out of his system. So let me stick around while, he still wants to go out and we still want to do wine tastings and dinner and concerts or whatever. And then finally it's like, so what are we doing? Do you see something prominent with us?
Travis,
like,
it doesn't it's not that you want to get
who said that?
It's not that you want to get the going out in your system. Like
I don't know, I'm guessing.
You were going on real fucking dates with her. Like you were you were dating her and she liked the fucking wine. She liked all that shit and wanted to keep it up. She just didn't want to do it fucking casually. You talking all this bullshit. Like, nigga, if you fucking knew that she wasn't a bitch for you. So you talking about like, oh, she don't like to go out and drink and this, that, and the other. But all of the other dates, she went on them. So clearly she enjoyed something more than your company. Like she enjoyed the activity too. It's just that she didn't like to do the things that, and really the short answer is she didn't like to drink. She didn't like to be in a bar. She didn't like to be in a lounge. She liked to go out because she went out with you. She did things with you. She just does not like to fucking drink and be around alcohol and cigar smoke and a nightlife and that. That's what it is. That's what it is. And that is not casual. After 3 fucking dates, it's not fucking casual. You don't take me on wine tasting to just to eat my pussy casually, unless you're Nick or something like that. But Nick ain't about to keep repeatedly bringing it. Once she done gave me the wine and know that she could get the cat, you think she about to keep feeding me that shit to get it again? No, she already knows she could get it. She ain't got to do all that.
That nigga said, I love smelling like smoke, so it can never.
I'm dead.
So at the end,
I literally have no words.
So at the end of the day, when that was no longer appropriate for her, she spoke on it. And I respect that 110%.
But why was it no longer appropriate for you? Were your feelings not valid, Travis? Like, why did you not feel that you could stand that it wasn't appropriate for you? You knew it wasn't appropriate for you.
But I
I
think because Trav, I think this is how a lot of men think sometimes, right? And Trav, you could correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm doing what you do to me, and I'm speaking for you, right? But I think like when you have a conversation in the beginning and kind of like lay down what it is, I think that men always kind of go back to that initial conversation, no matter what they do after the conversation is had. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of dudes would be like, yo, like, no matter what happens,
This
like
is what this is
I don't want nothing serious.
It's first date or second date conversation when it comes up. So what are you looking for? And I get that usually between first or second date, which is 110% legit. So, you meet a person, that's that intro icebreaker conversation. Hey, you know what? I like how you look. I like what you wear. I'm curious to know more. All right, cool. We exchange contact information. Then we might go out to have a more in-depth conversation. Okay, I like what I continue to hear. Hey,
I'm gonna cut you off, Travis. Who says I like what you wear? You say that to her, right?
Sure, because I like what was she wearing when I first met her?
Like
She was wearing red. She was wearing red. So yeah. And she had that.
He don't know what she had on. This nigga said she had on red. Yeah, she had on red.
She had that brown. She had that like brown. Carmen, what's that big word?
Oh my god! Just.
She has that, not cinnamon but darker than cinnamon type of skin tone.
Mahogany.
Like
it was a joke, Trav. Keep going with your train of thought. It was a joke because I'm just saying she didn't tell you she liked what you was wearing, i.e. Stacey.
No, I like what she was wearing when we was having conversation, and she looks good in red. So I said, well, let me get to know more.
Prostitutes. That's a.
So then eventually after date 1 or date 2, which whenever the conversation kicks up to where, hey, so what are you looking for? Which is 110% legit when you're on date 1 or date 2. No, and so when I speak on that, when I say this, and this is what I was saying faithfully in Kansas City, I'm not looking for anything exclusive. I'm in my bachelor phase. So when I say that out loud to you on date 1 or 2, and now we're 6 months later or 8 months later or 10 or 12 months later, your feelings change, which happens. It happens, especially when you get intimately involved. And then you speak on it and you say, hey, I'm feeling more than what we have going on. How do you feel? And when I say my feelings are consistent with what I said 6 months ago or 8 months ago or 12 months ago, then no, I don't feel no kind of, I don't feel no kind of guilt trip because I was up front on date 1 or date 2 when we started this. Now, feelings evolve, which is fine. And I imagine it happened with niggas too, where niggas get involved with females and it's sexual and it's like, you know what, she might be the one. But then the female might be like, hey, I'm not looking for nothing serious. Right. Okay, you can't be mad at the female and call her all kind of bad names, because she's consistent with what she spoke on in the beginning. So that being said, she broke it off because her feelings evolved and mine didn't. And that was an adult conversation. Well, look, I'm feeling more than what we just have going on. And if moving forward, if all you see us is something casual, I don't want that moving forward. Okay, cool. We'll break it off clean. No disrespect.
That's fair, but I want to know why it took you 48 minutes just to say that.
I don't know. It was like 8 minutes maybe instead of 48. But I'm just.
It was 48 fucking
because
minutes. I finished this box of wine.
The background context is clear and it doesn't come off as Trav is the asshole of a nigga.
But Travis, if nobody asks you for that background context,
you're not an asshole.
Volunteer that information. And don't assume that we just thinking that you're an asshole. We really know that it's not that you're an asshole. You're gonna stand with however long you need to when you getting pussy. You're not gonna walk away from it. We've established that for a while now. but you gotta be short. These motherfucking episodes be like 4 fucking hours long. We trying to get him to keep subscribers. We don't have time to waste on you explain, and it takes 30 something minutes every fucking answer. Travis, we have got,
I apologize.
we have to like, but and it really, and so it goes back to your mental health, right? Because it is something in your mind telling you that you have to give context on everything. You have
context is important.
No, you don't. No, sometimes
Context is important.
You don't have to give context.
Nick,
got her hand
what you got,
raised.
Nick? What you got, Nick?
Nick for to say I ain't shit.
You ain't. But
I forgot my thing was muted. I forgot my thing was muted. No, Trav, I'm not gonna say that. I do have a question. How was the sex with you and her? Was it good sex or was it bad sex?
He said
Overall,
it was good.
Yeah, overall it was good sex. They said the only I
The one time I'm looking for more, and you're not.
yeah. So this is the same woman.
He gave y'all niggas the short answer on that one. It was good.
It was good sex.
Nick got her hand raised.
The same woman who was willing to cook in the lingerie and just the apron. This was the same woman who was willing to sit on my lap and feed me dinner, and then to give me head like on her knees on the kitchen floor. God bless, at the dinner
This
table.
was the airplane, bitch.
Was
This is the airplane and the baby spoon, bitch.
Swear, I was like, what the fuck? So after all of this, she was willing to do all of that. Was it your age, or you just wasn't? You still was on your, oh, I'm still sowing my oats.
He didn't like cigar smoke.
She did not like sitting in bars, in lounges, and going out to drink. That is the only reason why he didn't like her.
No, he said, ew.
That's the big reason.
Ew.
And
You may have
another
missed
reason-
out on a very good woman because she
That's
could have fucked the shit out of you at home.
50% of the reason was that we did not connect socially because I like to be out in cigar lounges.
That's such
and
a
bars and clubs.
ridiculous reason, man. We didn't connect.
It is. And let me chime in as auntie. Now I'm gonna go from being just a regular bitch to auntie. Trav, you got to understand what that means to a female or to a woman. And y'all know I hate female, and I can't believe I just said that. What that means to a woman, that you have to have that, it means to us sometimes, not all, and I'm not gonna speak for everybody, that you have to have that. Like, you always looking at somebody else, because when you go out to clubs and you in that social scene at a bar, and trust me, ain't nobody a social butterfly other than me. I like cigar lounges, I like going out to clubs and this and that, but it comes to the point where, oh, I'm out there for attention. So if she's into you and she's like, I'm cooking, I cook my ass off. I cook shit from scratch for my nigga, with my ass out, all this shit, and feed it to him. But stop it, Jax. You distracted me. But I'm just saying, like, when we're doing that, it's like, I'm not enough. And if this woman is on her shit, she's knee deep in her career, she's fucking you, she's feeding you, she's listening to you, and she's just like on some shit, like where she's just a homebody, she don't need all that. I feel like that's why she broke it off, because she's like, okay, I'm on some different shit. You still trying to see your options. I'm not trying to be an option when I'm optional. You feel me? I can't speak for her. I would love to talk to her and get her side. But I mean, I don't think you're a bad guy, Trav, but maybe you was just too young and you didn't realize what you had.
So
I just feel like
the real story.
Context,
the real story is that she wasn't his first option. That's the real fucking story, nigga.
And that's part of it. And then the further background context, as Jay Jackson knows, that
we gonna be on this for another.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, maybe 2 minutes, because apparently I'm long-winded. So I was in the long-term relationship until I was 23, 24. So then I told myself, I said, I'm just going to do this bachelor thing for the rest of my 20s. So if you're catching me at 25, 27, 29, I'm in my bachelor phase. So that's the way I was moving. So that being said, while she was great, if I would have met her while I was age 32 or 34, it might have been a different scenario or a different outcome. So call it circumstances of bad timing. But you caught me at age 28 while you're in your early 30s. No diss. But so you're looking for something different than what I'm looking for. So that being said, I'm still behaving in the concept where I said I was in the beginning, to where I'm in the bachelor phase, in the heart of my bachelor phase.
Got you. And respect for that. Respect for that, because you were honest. And then women, we always say, oh, be honest, just keep it a buck, whatever. And you did keep it a buck, and she moved the fuck on. And I'm sure she's smashing the shit out of somebody else, feeding him chicken Alfredo stuffed baked potatoes.
No,
right
that maybe she found her.
But that's cool. But here's the thing: you gotta understand, though, Trav, that you do date serious shit with bitches, but that's not your intention. You can't be like, hey, let's go to this festival. Hey, what's your name? Let's get you a drink. Let's get your girls drinks and blah blah blah. You know, you can't do all that, because certain women will interpret that as, oh, you don't mean what you say, and you didn't say what you mean, because that's long-term behavior. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
You're giving off energy that you can't keep up with.
Thank you. You can't keep up with it.
I saw that Freck had her hand raised. I don't know if she still has something to say. What's
she
up?
does. I said, hey, Freck.
Is Dr. Freck on the Zoom?
Oh, I hope she is, because she getting your ass, Travis. She be getting in your ass like a G-string.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Freck.
And she high too. She about to get in that ass.
Y'all so stupid.
I need some ice for my Hennessy for Freck, because she's gonna go in.
No, so I actually have questions before I actually respond, because I came in late and I'm trying to figure out, first of all, I've had this conversation multiple times with Trav, and it is a fucking never-ending, tumultuous, ghetto-ass roller coaster, right? So I'm listening to y'all go back and forth about this same woman. You're never going to win, guys. Like, you're just never going to win. So my focus on this is I'm trying to figure out, is the concern, the disconnect here, that Trav feels like the social aspect of his relationship is more important than the other portion. It seems like Trav wants someone who will be out with him, who will be social with him. And it seems like you all's concern is, hey, Trav, why want somebody who wants to be out there when you can want somebody or have someone who would prefer to be in the house, who would prefer to be all to you? Did I mishear that?
That was my perspective on it. Was like, if my thing was like, you can like your social life, and you can like going out, and you can like, drinking and being in the mix and all of that, right? And you know what? Honestly, you could even like that. You can even like a woman who likes the same things that you like. But my thing was just like, be aware that if you're actually dating people to see what will happen, like more than just dating them and fucking them, that might be not the best recipe. Because if you like to be social and be in the mix and be around people and be around women, and she likes to be social and be in the mix and be around alcohol and be around niggas, that may not, like, just how you can't turn it off, she may not be able to turn that shit off either. But what happens when you like that girl to the point where you want to make her your girl, but none of y'all niggas want to turn y'all social shit down a couple of notches? Like, to me, that just doesn't seem intelligent if you're looking to date someone on a more serious scale. That was my point. Like, to me, it's like hustling backwards. Like, yeah, I want a girlfriend, but I want a girlfriend who go out and be around a whole bunch of niggas and alcohol and shit. Like, that don't make sense to me.
But so that was what I wanted to say. For the first time in my entire life, probably last time ever in history, I think I kind of understand where Trav is coming from. Because while it may not make sense for you, Jax, that does not mean that does not make sense for Trav, right? You and Trav are in different spaces. Trav likes to be out and be seen. I don't understand the concern with what Trav is desiring. The thing about where Trav is, Trav is going to have to fall and bust his ass. He's going to have to want that woman who wants to be social, want that woman who wants to be seen and wants to be near the alcohol and whatever. He's going to have to want her to settle down with him. She's going to have to reject that and say, nah, nigga, I actually like it in the streets, before he understands the importance of what you are seeing. Right. So
I wonder if Trav knows why I'm smiling right now. But go ahead though.
So because I think what you're thinking of out loud, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a prime example that relates. We came down for the Houston show last year or a year before last, and I brought a date. And while we was out kicking it at Grooves down in Houston,
yeah,
and I had a date, and we was kicking it, we was vibing, we had a section, we had bottles, whatever. And then I'm gonna assume it was a bisexual chick, but who knows? But anyway, this chick comes to my date and was like, "Oh, hey, you know what? You're so pretty, and this, that, and the other."
Hey! I hate to interject, Travis. Short answer would have been, man, remember when I told y'all about the chick that I went to Houston with, and at the after party, she was everywhere but with me? Because we all knew her. we all remember that.
So I'm not gonna say everywhere but with me, because we were around, and then eventually she dipped into another VIP section with majority women, because there was a particular woman like, "Hey, come hang out with us. Come have a drink." Woo, woo, woo. And she's like, "Well, look, I'm with somebody. Woo, woo, Travis. Hey, they invited me up there." And I said, "You know what? So this is what people may or may not know. The conversation would have previously. Hey, Travis, there's this chick inviting me up to her VIP pool, invite me for a drink. Go have a drink." And then because that I'm okay with. That doesn't make me feel a certain kind of way. So when she goes to have a drink in another booth with females, because they may or may not be bisexual or whatever, and then they're like, "Hey, what are y'all doing afterwards? We going to a strip club." And she comes to me, "Trav, you want to go to a strip club?" "No, we not going to do a strip club."
Did you just say that she was in a sexual because they may or may not be bisexual? Like, bitches just can't go to another bitch section and it all be good. Like, the fuck is wrong with you, my nigga? But continue.
Maybe because, women be confusing to me, where they be like, "Oh, you so cute, you so sexy. Let me buy her a drink," and maybe it's some heterosexual shit, or maybe it's some homosexual.
No, it's fucking women praising other fucking women. Like,
maybe it's women praising other fucking women. I don't know.
Women can praise other fucking women, and there's nothing sexual in it. Like, just because I tell a other bitch that she look good, like, that don't mean that I'm trying to fuck her. Unless I tell it to Nick.
That's the shit I don't know. And that's fine.
Penelope, that does not.
Finish your perspective, and then I'll tell you
my perspective my perspective is because I had the real conversation with the homie Mees a day after or 2 days after, while we were all still in Houston. And that's something where we spoke on real talk, man to man. While Mees is married, he has a woman. If he was out with his wife, he would not be okay with his wife going to another VIP section with all women to have drinks because the woman feels like she's attractive, or for whatever reason or reasons. That's where we differ.
But without, sorry to cut you off, Trav.
Bother me.
Trav, sorry to cut you off, but how do you know if she doesn't say out loud, "Oh, I'm going over there because I find her attractive"? I mean, God forbid women get along with each other. God forbid we just want some like, "Hey, yo, we out, let's just party" shit. She's not attractive. We're not automatically attracted. Just like I wouldn't assume if you dap it up with another dude and be like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" that you're attracted to that dude. We're not attracted to other women.
Okay, but the point I'm making is because I think where the disconnect was with my homie Mees, and then Jay Jackson can give his perspective, because Jay Jackson was right there in the same venue we was in.
Jay Jackson.
So Jay Jackson, if that was his date to his event, his live event, and if a chick came from out of town to chill with him at his event, and then we're kicking it an after spot at a club, and she goes sits in another VIP section with other women to indulge in drinks, maybe that would or wouldn't involve, maybe that wouldn't or wouldn't bother Jay Jackson. For me, it doesn't bother me because that's
I'm gonna tell you in Spanish. No,
that's me being okay with her being outgoing. And again, the communication was there. Hey, Travis, this chick invited me up to her VIP booth to have some drinks because they got bottles. Cool, enjoy. That's my vibe. But Jay Jackson might have a different vibe. And that's where I'm trying to make the point, is to where women who I date and who I would say enjoy more so are those that are more willing to be outgoing. And if we're out in a social environment and you're being social with those that are being social with you, I don't see it as a knock or shade. Well, why are you being social with these bitches, excuse my language, in the VIP booth and we don't know these chicks and you here with me, whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't have that kind of insecurity. And I hate to use the word insecurity because I don't want to say others that would not be okay with it.
It's cool. You don't have to give us a disclaimer. We understand.
All right, I'm just making it.
You be mansplaining. That's why we get so frustrated with you. We love you. I swear to God, I love your motherfucking ass. Like, if I was there, I would just kiss your fucking face. But you be mansplaining, and that make me want to slap the shit out of you on bloods. Oh my God.
Wait,
it's okay.
From the kiss to the slap,
I get it.
Jackson, I don't know how I should feel.
Yeah, you fucking stupid. But look, this is what it looked like from where me's, C, Juice, Fudge, where we
give me your perspective. Yeah, I know there was a concern, particularly for Mees. Mees brought the concern to me. He was like, "Hey, you was out. Chick came. She drove from out of town to chill with you. We celebrating the homie, but yet she was in another booth with some chicks."
But see
he had a concern about it. But I did.
You're putting.
But how long was she there? Did she go and have a drink? Like, let them bitches buy the drink.
Right. So from my perspective, it wasn't never really about
the other chicks. We talked about this.
It wasn't about the bitches in the booth, dog. Like, that's not from our perspective.
That's how I know that Travis literally hears and takes how he wants to, because we went over this several times and broke this down for him. It was never about the other chicks. It was the fact that you flew this bitch out. She supposedly came out here for you, and this bitch ain't with you, nigga.
To me, like, what it looked like from us, and like I said, I don't know what conversations that you and her had, and maybe because we were inebriated a bit, because we were celebrating. It looked like every time that you kind of turn your back, went to the bar to get drinks, went to the bar to get hookah, went to the bar to get wings. Then wings was super fire, by the way. But it's like every time that you was away from the scene, we would kind of like look over at her and she would just be entertaining somebody, like men, women, like whoever that wasn't part of our group. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I know that y'all wasn't in a relationship. And secondly, that's not none of our business. But thirdly, again, because you the homie, because we love you, you know what I'm saying? We like you the homie, like we peeping shit. You feel me? But it's also like, because you the homie and we respect you, we not going to fly up. Well, I'm not going to do no, like the whole, the infamous Tamara story. Like, we not going to do no shit like that as men. Like, we not going to do no shit. But best believe we seeing everything. And when we seeing everything, like, we goofy and shit, so we laughing about it. But at the same time, we like, that's a little strange. That's a little fishy. Like, it was just a little off to me. But again, I don't know the cruxes of your relationship on a personal level. So I don't know what conversations that y'all had. I don't know what boundaries y'all have. I don't know what, I don't know all of that. But from the outside looking in, and I will admit that I was on the outside looking in, it looked kind of funny. It was like, damn, like, if I was like, if I'm putting myself in that position and I'm flying somebody out, or I'm inviting somebody out in a different city, like, if we go out, like, I would expect and y'all know me, like, I'm the least jealous nigga ever. Like I'm not possessive, I'm not jealous, I'm not none of that. But at the same time, it's just like, damn, like I go to the bar and get drinks for you, but while my back is turned, like you smiling in this nigga face and you laughing in that nigga face and you giving this nigga energy, and it's not even about, because like you could be nice and you could be cordial without giving, like, it's certain things that women do, like certain things that they do where
it wasn't just women, it was men too.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just like she went.
We was in a club.
Okay,
so, you know
I retract what I say, because I thought she just went to go chill in some females VIP section.
So
well, that was like,
but if it
that
was
was near the end of the, that was near like the end of the night. That was near the end of the night.
Okay.
Granted,
yeah, that's whack.
And that's, again, it doesn't bother me any, but she attracts attention. So then, and niggas are niggas, and this is where I do appropriately criticize niggas, or where Jay Jackson might criticize me from the other Houston incident in IHOP. But, you know, when she's out, she attracts attention. So then, because niggas don't give a fuck about other niggas.
But it's not about attracting. It's not about attracting attention, bro. It's about how you handle the attention that you attract.
Okay, exactly.
It's about how you handle shit. But like, dog, if I go out with a girl and I'm buying this girl drinks and whatever, and we on a date, but we in a social setting, like, it's a way that you can turn a nigga down where that nigga know that he don't got no fucking shot. Or it's a way that you can it's a way that you right there. It's a way that you could politely turn a nigga down where she's letting him know that, yo, like, I'm here with somebody. I appreciate you. Thank you for the compliment.
Exactly.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm here with somebody though.
And if anybody's looking at you or whatever, if she's there with you and she's your date, if somebody's looking at me or whatever, it happens every day when I'm with my dude. I will go over and put my hand on his shoulder. Go stand by him or something. That's a message to the next nigga. Back up. You out of pocket. No chance, whatever. And if she didn't do that, that's absolute disrespect. And she would have found her motherfucking self by her motherfucking self. And if I was there, and as much as you stress me out, Travis, I will never let no bitch disrespect you. I'll fuck them up.
I don't want you stressed out here. But
you ain't gonna have me stressed, but I'm just saying, because you the homie, I will fuck her up on some LA shit and snatch her motherfucking ass real quick.
The funny part is, again, we had those when she was like, hey, you see homeboy out there who's 5'4", and mind you, my date on that particular weekend, she stands 5'8". So she was like, yeah, 5'4" nigga was trying to come up and talk shit, woo, woo, woo. But we had that laugh. So that's why I say
but if the nigga bought her, but she's a broke bitch, and if the nigga bought her a shot, she would be sucking his dick. I don't give a fuck. I would snatch her motherfucking ass. I will snatch her ass,
like,
because
the violence. Sometimes though, bro, I mean, this all depends on the person, but sometimes that like talking about it and laughing at it afterwards could be just hiding in plain sight. But that depends on the person though. That depends on the person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's what she was doing. I just know from where we were sitting, that shit just looked it ain't look right.
So here's the thing, right? So here's the thing, right? And I really hope that I can go figure out which live that it was that we had this conversation with Trav. So Jackson can pause this shit right the fuck here and reference this fucking episode and show a clip where we all explained this to Travis once before, and Travis's answer at that time was, well, I didn't find it disrespectful to me. Jackson said everything. Well, you know, she was, this is another blah, blah, blah. Like you brought out, that was your date. This is another, all this plan. Well, I didn't think that it was, you know, disrespectful to me because, you know, we weren't exclusive. Like, you know, it was a weekend thing and blah, 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 whatever. Travis takes what the fuck he wants to, like a poster. They said, take what you need. I don't think that Travis needs any of this shit. And that's just why the fuck he takes all of that. What's the problem with Travis feeling like that? Because maybe Travis feels like if the table or if the shoe was on the other foot, he would do the same thing. What if she went out with him or she brought him out? Some bitches wanted him to come in their section kick it. He primarily stayed there and she did not get upset. What if that's his ideal world? What if that's how Travis sees his relationship? It might be foreign to us. That might not make sense to us. But why is it so wrong
It's not
for...
wrong. His feelings are valid. And I was actually going to ask you.
You can't say that when everybody's been invalidating them. And I'm not trying to take up for Trav at all because, well, Trav, you just normally make no sense. But I'm trying to understand why Trav can't just want a different type of relationship. It's
no, so that's what, I assume that, well, I don't think that anybody's invalidating his feelings. It's just that we're trying to understand, and as much explaining that Travis does, he doesn't always just explain it or get to the point. So like how you said it made perfect sense. And if Travis said it like that, I'd have been like, all right, well, yeah, that makes sense. It's like he be talking, but we never get down to like, okay, well, why isn't it an issue? Like, or why it's like everything else, but like the root.
But
or maybe he doesn't know the root though.
I know Trav personally, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, but this particular girl, I don't know, I can't say is, but she was option one for him. So I think that if they would have ever made it official, I don't think he would be the nigga in the club still all up in other bitches' faces and laughing and buying drinks and smiling and touching them on they fucking the nape of their back and the small of their back. And I don't think he would do that because he would actually have the girl that he really want. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't.
Nothing wrong with, rubbing the middle finger down the back spine and the lower back, Jax. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh my God.
Nothing at all. I want to hear what Nick got to say. Travis, Nick had her hand up.
Travis lightweight, high key, a fucking snake. So that's why I'm like, why is it that he can't have this snake ass relationship? Trav wants to do the dog shit. Let Trav do the dog shit. Let the bitches do the dog shit to Trav. That's how he wants to live his life. What y'all arguing with this man for? He's fucking sleazeball. Let him be a sleaze.
He got this
but
nigga.
That's the problem though. But that's the issue though. Because Travis is a fucking sleazeball and everybody know that.
So then why is everybody trying to create a cookie cutter relationship? And everybody's talking about, no, everybody is, I've been sitting back listening to this conversation. Literally listening. Travis telling y'all, I don't want the cookie cutter ass relationship that you niggas keep trying to make me have. I don't want a bitch that sits in the fucking house. I want a dog trifling sleazeball bitch just like me to go out here and fuck with the rest of these dumb bitches in these clubs. And then we might go back and fuck around with each other. Why y'all trying to force this man in this relationship that y'all want him to?
I wasn't trying to force him. What I was trying to understand is that you knew that you didn't want a bitch that sat in the fucking house. Why the fuck you kept pretending that you wanted a bitch that sat in the house? Like you knew she wasn't like why would you do that? Nigga, you trash. Go just fucking be trash. Go be trash.
Wait, y'all, all y'all niggas is too high and drunk for me right now.
Why am I a sleazeball?
Nick, come back. Did you remember what you was about to say? Oh God, y'all are killing
I'm
me.
sorry, Nick. I needed to get that off because I was over here thoroughly confused. Like I said, we've talked in circles with Trav about this conversation. Trav is a sleaze. He knows that. Everybody fucking knows that. So why y'all playing with this man? Let this man be a fucking sleazeball.
I am a nice guy. I don't think I'm a sleazeball.
You're nice, but you're a fucking sleazeball.
He's a scumbag. He's a bag of scum.
But no, I'm sorry. You have the floor. I'm so sorry.
What you about to say?
I just wanted to ask, so the one that liked to stay in the house, that liked to stay in the house, and the one who was in the club who wasn't good for you, obviously were complete opposites. So why didn't the one you were more attracted to and she had all of the things that you wanted, why didn't it work out with y'all?
That situation is because of the distance, unfortunately. It is what it is. So again, while we were in Houston for a Jay Jackson live show, she stays in another city. So she just moved to Texas. So I'm gonna give the full context, but not 90 minutes worth of full context. So She lives in she had lived at that time in Austin, Texas. So when I say, hey, I'm in Houston, the homie live show is going on, she says, oh, well, I'll come drive up to support while you're in the state. Okay, cool, because Austin and Houston is not that far apart. So she drove from Austin, Texas to Houston to see me in addition to support the homie Jay Jackson, because she's semi-intrigued by the podcast. At that time it was
by the podcast or by your friend?
Well, at that time it was the podcast with the Sex with Strangers with the other two ladies, with C and Juice. So she came through to chill and support, and we enjoyed the weekend in Houston together while we were supporting the homie. But again, she's more so outgoing to where, as we're out and about, if as a nigga come and approach her, and that's not the first time, and again, this is me giving context. It's funny for me personally. It's funny. It's not the first time where a nigga will approach her, hey, what's up? Or what's the nigga who you with? Because niggas are niggas, and niggas do this. I don't do this. I did it maybe twice. I ain't gonna lie. I did it twice. Jay Jackson knows that one time.
Go to the next one.
We was in Toya's house party, and I was being all disrespectful to niggas in Toya's house party. But
to the next
niggas are niggas. So when niggas go and say, oh, well, who is he to you? Or is he somebody to you? Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm trying to holler, what's up, what's up? That was pretty obvious. And again, me and her had the laugh of it at real time at the time while we was at Grooves in Houston. So
that's she was everything that you wanted. She sounds like the perfect person for you. She's outgoing. She likes to drink. She likes to smoke. She likes to engage with strangers, apparently, from what your friends observe.
Absolutely.
Why didn't you lock that situation
because she lived too far.
Because she lived too far. I don't understand. I tried to distance things.
Well, wait, but yo, the thing is, like, and you and I, we've gone back and forth about this for years.
Repeatedly.
My nigga, like, y'all had so many opportunities when y'all was in the same place, though. And it didn't happen. And this girl has moved to several cities, all of which you never lived in. Why is that?
I moved also. Wait a minute. Who moved first, Jay Jackson? From Kansas. To your point, 110% legit. We were both kicking it in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And then a job opportunity came up for me with Tesla. And I moved out west first.
Okay.
And I mean, and that was a thing. And I'm not gonna go.
But y'all also, but this was my thing though, right? Even before you moved, even before you went out to fucking Nevada or Reno or whatever, nigga, what if that's the girl you want and y'all in the same fucking city and y'all kick it, just fucking make the shit official right then.
Nah, but we've been through this. And the L that I took trying to do something from a distance, and we spoke on the L's we took trying to entertain women from a distance.
Right.
I'm not going to entertain that again moving forward.
But I'm saying before you took the job, when y'all was in Kansas City, if this the girl you want, go get her, nigga, and then figure the rest of that shit out after.
That's why.
So distance is a non-negotiable for you. So that's pretty much a distance is a non-negotiable.
A long distance relationship is a non-negotiable for Travis. Yes.
What do you consider a long distance relationship? Like over 50 miles, another state, or hours? Is it okay? All right. Because I mean, I live in.
How many hours? Do you know how many hours specifically? Because
I done drove 8 hours for dick. So
to put it simply, and I'm not entertaining nobody in Kansas City at the time, but that's the easiest correlation. If I'm in St. Louis, I'm not entertaining something seriously in Kansas City.
I don't know how far that is.
That's like 4 hours.
That's 3.5 hours. That's 3.5 hours.
Distance is an issue. Why go out with them in the first place, though?
There goes the easier comparison. If I'm in Philly, I'm not entertaining somebody in New York.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
It might be bullshit, but that's
It's
not
bullshit.
concept.
I had a
That's New
relationship
York.
where I was in LA and he was in Canada. He was in Toronto. And that
New
shit went
York
on
is
for
a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yep.
God bless.
JetBlue is your best friend. JetBlue is your best friend.
Jay
That's
Jackson
just some,
just
but
told
that's
me
some
about
shit he said he
JetBlue.
don't want to do though. I mean, you can't
No,
argue
that's
that.
not my thing. I tried the distance thing. It flopped. I'll never do it again because of my own, call it my own, what's that big word? My own mental health reasons.
Your own
That's your
insecurity.
phrase tonight. What's that
The
big
word,
word? What's the big word?
actually, the word you were looking for was your own insecurities. And
There you
you may
go.
not meant that with that, but it was, yeah, it really sounded like you wanted to say your own insecurities. Because I'm
There
guessing
you
the
go.
only reason why you don't want to do distance is because of prior shit that happened, right?
There you go. There
Okay.
goes the mental health analysis right there.
But
I don't do long distance shit because I took an L doing a long distance shit in my early 20s. So thanks, but no thanks. Not my thing. I don't knock it for others.
But
It's
Trav,
not my thing.
what if you like you wouldn't want somebody like a characteristic in you, like what you like hookah, you like going out and drinking and shit. You a good guy, and I really do believe you a good guy. I know I give you shit and shit, but I do believe you're a good guy. What if a bitch was like, oh no, the last nigga who smoked hookah beat my ass? You know what I'm saying? Like you just gonna give up?
That's kind of apples and oranges. I would say if a chick told me, you know what, I tried to be faithful to a nigga who was 2 hours away, it flopped. I'm not entertaining a nigga that's more than 2 hours away. So thanks, but no thanks. Then okay, I can respect that because that's my mentality. So I tried to entertain a woman who was 3.5 hours away. It flopped. It is what it is. So that I'm not entertaining no more moving forward. But that's just me.
yeah.
Maybe I might need to lay on the couch.
No, I
Jay
respect
Jackson.
your opinion. I'm just asking a why behind the what. That's all. And I'm not here to say you right or wrong, because who am I to say it's right or wrong? I just, I respect the why behind the what. I just want to know what it is. That's cool. Whew.
Yo, man.
We need like Travis Thursdays or something.
Nigga, we gotta turn into this nigga's therapist, whether we certified or not. God damn it, this nigga, he ain't gonna never listen though. What's so funny to me about Trav is like as much as he says that he doesn't want to be the 60-year-old nigga in the club, he's gonna be that nigga. He is gonna be the 60-year-old.
And trust
nigga.
me, from a bitch who's dated 58 and 64-year-old niggas, he is absolutely that nigga. And he's worse than them. He is worse than them. I just wish that you guys could understand. Like, no, Trav is like totally different. He's just Trav. It's a Trav show.
Oh God,
Woo.
man. But yo, man, I'm about to be out of here. It's fucking late as fuck. Y'all niggas, we've been on this motherfucker forever. I gotta figure out which part I'm gonna post of this. It's probably gonna be part of the second half. The first half was actually pretty